Thorpe Park Explained Part 1. Thorpe Park Resort is a theme park located in Chertsey, Greater London, UK. The park is home to a variety of attractions, including some of the UK's tallest roller coasters such as the Swarm and Stealth, as well as a range of water rides and flat rides. The entire park and its attractions are surrounded by a series of lakes. This allows Thorpe Park to brand itself as an island like no other, a reference to its unusual location. However, the Thorpe Park Island hasn't always been an island. In 1941, the land in which the park lives today was owned and operated by Ready Mix Concrete, known effectively as RMC. RMC used the site as a gravel pit, excavating gravel out of the ground. This operation occurred for close to 30 years before the company began to consider various ways to develop the site once excavation stops. In 1970, RMC decided that they would turn the land into a leisure attraction. Initially, the company planned to fill the large pit with land over the period of many years. Instead, a single year later, they gained permission to fill the excavation site with water, speeding up the construction process and creating the aquatic landscape we have today. Construction of the leisure attraction began in 1972 in the centre of the water. Initially, Thorpe Park was to be half exhibition, half amusement park. Fittingly, RMC decided the theme of the park would be the history of the British people as a maritime nation. On the 24th of May 1979, Thorpe Park was officially opened by Lord Mountbatten. Because of this, the dome found at the entrance of the park gained the name the Mountbatten Pavilion. In the beginning, the park had few attractions. A display of World War I aircrafts, a model world, and an aircraft trophy room were among the several exhibitions available for guests to see. Over the next decade, the park evolved slowly. 1981 saw the introduction of Cinema 180, the UK's first 180-degree cinema experience. Guests were able to view a 180-degree POV of a roller coaster, allowing them to experience thrills, as Thorpe Park had no roller coasters at the time. A single year later, Thorpe Farm, a 15-acre farm with animals and machinery, was added to the park. This was followed by both Phantom Fantasia, a dark ride themed to the sinister parts of Britain's history, and the Treasure Island Railway, a small railway attraction, in 1983. It was only 1 year later when Thorpe Park would debut its first roller coaster. Space Station Zero, an enclosed Mack-powered coaster, was installed in 1984. The ride was rethemed and later became known as Flying Fish in 1990, the name which it still operates under today. In 1987, the company behind Thorpe Park decided that if they were to seriously compete within the leisure industry, they must invest in larger, more thrilling rides. Therefore, the same year, the park debuted Thunder River, now Rumba Rapids, an Intamin River Rapids ride. This was directly followed by a 630-seat theatre, now Angry Birds 4D, only a single year later. For the celebration of the park's 10th anniversary, Thorpe debuted Canada Creek, an entire new area of the park, in 1989. Included within the expansion was Loggers Leap, once Britain's highest log flume, and the small flat ride, Canada Creek Railway. Both rides still remain at the park. However, to the disappointment of many, Loggers Leap has remained standing but not operating since the end of the 2015 season. Currently, it is not known whether the park's flume ride will ever reopen. After the expansion, Thorpe Park continued to become the place we know today by debuting Depth Charge, a 4-lane water slide, towards the front of the park. Despite these additions, arguably Thorpe's first major step towards becoming a large-scale, competitive theme park occurred over 5 years later in 1996. In an interesting announcement, the park debuted X No Way Out, the world's first backwards roller coaster entirely in the dark. The ride, which is a Vekoma Enigma coaster, was a hit for the park, drastically increasing its credibility within the amusement industry. X No Way Out became X in 2013 as the ride was refurbished, which saw the introduction of forward-facing trains. Before RMC had the chance to invest in more large additions, the park was sold to the Tussauds group. It was at this point that Thorpe Park truly became the park we all know today. In the year 2000, Tussauds installed Tidal Wave, which opened as Europe's highest water ride. Unfortunately, during the same year, a fire swept through the park, destroying Wicked Witch's Haunt, previously Phantom Fantasia. Detonator, a 35-meter tall Fabry drop tower, was rushed to the park to replace the destroyed attraction. The new parent company continued to invest heavily. Zodiac, a Huss Enterprise, and Vortex, a KMG afterburner, were both installed in 2001, while 2002 saw the debut of the world's first 10-looping roller coaster, Colossus. Colossus drastically changed the landscape of the park, not only becoming its biggest roller coaster, but also its flagship attraction. The ride, which is an Intamin 10 inversion coaster, features a total of 5 hardline rolls, 4 of which occur back to back. Many visitors of the park will remember this aspect of the ride, which takes place directly over the paths leading to the attraction's entrance. Upon debut, Colossus put Thorpe Park on the theme park map, greatly increasing both attendance and appeal. However, the sizable investments didn't stop there. Nemesis Inferno, a B&M inverted coaster, opened only a single year later as yet another large-scale addition. The name of the ride gains inspiration from another inverted roller coaster, Nemesis, at sister park Alton Towers. Due to the similar names and ride experiences, many directly compare the two rides, often concluding the original Nemesis to be the better experience. Nevertheless, Nemesis Inferno was a crucial addition for the park, helping to further establish itself as a place for roller coasters within the UK. On top of this addition, Thorpe Park debuted Quantum, a magic carpet ride, and Eclipse, a since removed Ferris wheel, the same year.